You take this question, a slightly difficult or you can say moderate question. There many concepts are involved. You can if you can solve it. I hope you understood all those concepts that we have discussed till now. Okay. So what is given? There are four persons A, B, C, D, and C work half as fast as A. Okay. So who is more efficient? A is more efficient. Okay. A is twice efficient. That's what you understood here. A is twice efficient. That means if C take 2 days, A take 1 day. We have discussed this concept in set 2. Okay. D work a third as fast as B. So B is more efficient than D. If D take 3 days, B take 1 day. That's what 3 times efficient or 1/3 fast. Okay. So that is one relation given. So relation between C and A and relation between D and B is given. That we may need to apply towards the end. Let's see the question. If C and D when working individually complete the work 24 days and 54 days respectively more than the time in which they complete the work when they are working together. So very simple. This is just like the previous question. If C working alone, C take 24 days more than C plus D working together. If D working alone, D take 54 days more than C plus D working together. That's what this information. That's it. Now from this, this question is going to be very easy. From this you can find C plus D working together in how many days they complete the work, right? So C plus D working together, you know it is root x. If C take x days more than C plus D and D take y days more than C plus D, root xy. So here root of 24 into 54, right? So you get 1296 and you know how to find the square root that we have discussed in one of the previous video. So you get this as 36. So C and D working together, they take 36 days to complete the work. Now what is asked? Find the time in which A and B working together will complete the work. A and B working together will complete the work. So we need to know A take how many days, B take how many days. Let's see how you're going to proceed. So what you understood is C plus D will take 36 days. From this, can you find C will take how many days? Yes, obviously, because C plus D 36 and C will take how many days more? 24 days more than C plus D. So 36 plus 24, 60 days. C will take 60 days. What about D? We know D will take 54 days more than C plus D. So 36 is what C plus D. 54 more days means D will take 90 days. So C will take 60 days and D will take 90 days. Okay. Now what else we can do is we know the relation between C and A. So we know C will take 60 days. So A will take 30 days. Why? A is 2 times efficient. Or C work half as fast as A, right? Similarly, D take 90 days. So we know B will take 30 days because B is 3 times efficient to D. So now what we understood, A take 30 days, B take 30 days. If both of them working together, this number of days will be reduced to half. That means 15 days. So the work will be completed if A and B working together in 15 days. I hope this is clear for you. So what all concept we applied here? We applied the one which we have learned last, that is C take x days more than C plus D, D take y days more than C plus D, then C plus D together will take root xy. So we got the C plus D. From that we got C, then we got D. Then we know the relation between A and C, so we got A. We know the relation between B and D, so we got B. Now once you know A take 30 days and B take 30 days, okay, we know A and B together will take 15 days. Why? Because see, A take 30 days means in 1 day 100 by 30, that is 3.33%. B will also do 3.33% in 1 day. So if together they will do 6.66 in 1 day. To complete 100%, 100 by 6.66, that is 15 days. But all this calculation is not required. The moment you see both are equal efficient, number of days will be half. That's it. Now I need to discuss about product constancy rule. We have seen this discussion many times. Now why you are seeing this discussion many times is basically because this concept can be applied across topic, in percentage, in profit and loss, in time and speed, in time and work. Okay, rate into consumption is equal to expenditure, area, everywhere this concept is applied. So here I am not discussing the concept because then it will be boring. But you just need to know that if A, B equal to C, if you can write anything in this form, A, B equal to C. This is, see here, A is inversely proportional to B. That means A increases, B decreases when C is constant. Now why I am able to apply this concept here is because efficiency into time is equal to work, and the work will be constant. What will happen? Efficiency will increase, time will reduce. Based on that, you'll get question. Number of men will increase, number of days will come down. This is exactly the same concept you apply in pipes and cistern also. There also it is efficiency into time is equal to volume of the tank which is filled. There the work is converted to volume of the tank, that's it. So what will happen? Efficiency of the motor is improved, the time taken to fill the tank will be less. Or you replace a old motor with a new motor, the time taken will come down. So if the new motor is 20% efficient compared to the previous one, what will be the time? What will be the reduction in time taken? So 20% more efficient means you will write it as 20 by 100. That's nothing but 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 increase in efficiency will result into some reduction in time taken. How much reduction? 1 by 6 reduction in time taken. What is 1 by 6? That is 16.66% reduction in time taken. So if they are telling that initially they are taking 50 minutes to fill the tank, now you will take 16.6% less. That means 41.66. That's the way. Okay. Now how you are writing this? Because you just need to know this. If one is increased by 1 by x, the other will decrease. That's what you need to know, and you know that, you understood that the decrease will be 1 by x plus 1 decrease. If instead of increase 1 by x decrease, it's like number of men, okay, like this. 10 men can finish in 20 days. Okay. Now instead of increase, what is the decrease? 8 men in how many days? So here you can see a decrease, right? So what will happen here? Number of days will increase. Let's see how you will solve this question. But before that, let me discuss a method. Here you can see decrease, right? So let me discuss about the concept of decrease. 1 by x decrease will lead to 1 by x minus 1 increase. Now how will you apply that here? Now here you have a better concept, man days, that we have discussed. But this one is also very much applicable here. So the decrease is 2, right? 2 on top of 10. 2 on top of 10, you can write it as 1 by 5 decrease. So instead of 1 by x, 1 by 5. 1 by x minus 1 means 1 by 4 increase will be there in the number of days. So that you understood, 1 by 4. So what is 1 by 4 of 20? 1 by 4 of 20 is 5. So 5 days increase will be there. So here you can write 25. 25 will be your answer. What is the other method? Cross multiplication, right? Man days. 10 into 20 will be equal to 8 into x. So x is equal to 10 into 20 by 8, there also you'll get 25. But this method is much better. Why? Because the applicability is across topic. Once you understood the concept, you can apply it across. For example, sugar rate was increased by 20%. Okay, what will be the reduction in consumption? You will get question like this. Speed is increased by 20%. What will be the reduction in time taken? You will get question like this. Method of solving the question remain the same. Now one more point which I need to tell you is, in fact I have discussed this in brief when we solved one question in set 2 of our time and work discussion. It's like it is not necessary that you will always get in this format, 1 by x increase or 1 by x decrease. It's not necessary like this, because if it is 20%, when you write 20 by 100, you will get it as 1 by 5. This is very much like 1 by x. But you know, in certain cases numerator can be 2, 3, 4, etc. What if you have a 40% increase? 40% increase, you'll write it as 40 by 100. So this is basically 2 by 5. So if it is 2 by 5, you will tell me that this is not in the form 1 by x, so I cannot apply the method, right? But I have a rule for 2 by 5 also. It's like this. If 2 by x increase, it will lead to 2 by x plus 2 decrease. Very much like the same. 1 by x, 1 by x plus 1. 2 by x, 2 by x plus 2. Then what if it is 3? 3 by x increase will lead to 3 by x plus 3 decrease. What if it is 4? 4 by x increase will lead to 4 by x plus 4 decrease. And the same is applicable when it is decrease also. So 2 by x, this is what? 2 by 5. So if it is 2 by 5, increase means 2 by 5 plus 2 decrease. That means 2 by 7 decrease. That calculation you can do. If it is 3 by 5, then you will write it as 3 by 5 plus 3. That is 3 by 8 decrease. Let me give you one conceptual example. See, 7 men can finish the work in 11 days. 11 men can finish the work in how many days? So if you see here, nothing is given in terms of percentage, but you understood that there is an increase and there is a decrease, and they are asking about that decrease, right? So once there is a story of increase and decrease, this is a method that you're going to use. Or you can use the concept of man days, but to make you understand this method clearly, I'm discussing it. So 7 to 11, what is the increase? 4 is the increase on top of 7. This is how you will calculate percentage. Absolute change by initial value. So here absolute change is 4 divided by 7. Or you understand in this way, change is 4 on top of 7. So 4 by 7 increase will lead to, see here if you see 4 by x means 4 by x plus 4. So 4 by 7 plus 4. That means 4 by 11 decrease. 4 by 11 decrease will be there on number of days. So earlier it was 11 days. What is 4 by 11 of 11? 11 into 4 by 11. That is 4. So what you'll write here? 4 reduction. That means 7. Now you will take 7 days. So 7 men take 11 days, 11 men take 7 days. This may be easy for you, but this I discussed just to make you clear about the concept. Okay, otherwise this question is very simple. So I hope this concept, the product constancy rule is clear for you. So in this video we have discussed 3 important concepts where specific questions you will get, right? One is L1 B1 H1 divided by L2 B2 H2 is equal to M1 T1 D1 is equal to M2 T2 D2. Any one unknown, you will find the answer. The questions like constructing a wall with a particular height, length and breadth will be given. Number of men, the time in which each person is working per day will be given. Number of days it will take to complete the work will be given. So this is, you can consider as work 1, this is work 2. So work 1, about work 1 all the information will be given. One information about work 2 may be missing. It can be any of the 6 you can find just by cross multiplying. I hope that is clear. Then the second important concept that we have discussed is again very important than this one. That is, if A take X days more than A plus B and B take Y days more than A plus B, then A plus B working together can complete the work in root XY days. Okay, so for example, A take 9 days more and B take 4 days more, root 9 into 4 which is equal to root 36 which is equal to 6. From this you can find A, 6 plus 9, because A take 9 days more than A plus B. So A take 15 days, B take 4 days more, so 6 plus 4 that is 10. So B take 10 days. So this is the information question. A take X days more, B take Y days more. So A plus B you can find, A you can find, B you can find. Just remember this root of XY.